Good day everyone. Thank you for attending the conference and watching this video. Today, I'll be presenting the paper, The Paradox of Delivering Professional Design Services, the Plurality of Value. I will briefly describe service-dominant logic, which is the lens used in this research, then describe architectural services, which is the research context. This reviewed the plurality of value in architectural services and the opportunities to innovate how architectural services are delivered. I'll then describe 4 cases that exemplify this form of innovation before discussing the future works for this project. My name is Linus and I'm a PhD candidate in the School of Design at Swinburne University and Design Factory, Melbourne. My research looks at how architecture practices achieve competitive advantage, and this piece of research examines how architects deliver services to their clients. The research is about service design, which is customer-centric, focused on delivering services, and can help firms stay competitive. It looks at service providers where the services are intangible. Usually, the service providers perform tasks in exchange for money, such as accountants, lawyers, tradespersons, and doctors. One such service provider is architecture firms, which is a professional service firm in a professionalized industry, which means they have to offer standardized services to maintain professional standards. Such services include concept design, design development, construction documentation, and contract administration. Since architecture firms must follow this standardized service delivery, how do they differentiate themselves from their competitors? To examine that question, I used service-dominant logic and goods-dominant logic to reveal the paradox of value in architectural services. SDL is service-oriented, where value is created when stakeholders exchange services to help each other. Firms following SDL perspective uses resources to demonstrate knowledge and skills. They use operand resources to configure operand resources to produce outcomes. Here, the operand resources are a means to demonstrate their value and enable the exchange of service. In an architecture firm, operand resources are their knowledge and skills. Operand resources are the tools and drawings, which helps the firm demonstrate their knowledge and skills to produce the outcomes, which is construction drawings and the building. GDL, on the other hand, is where the value is the exchange between outcome and money. Firms following GDL perspective view service as the process of delivering their goods. Operand resources are absent, and operand resources are used to produce the outcome. In an architecture firm, the operand resource is the tools and drawings, and the outcome is construction drawings and the building. Examining architecture services from both the SDL lens from the firm and the GDL lens from the client shows that the operand resources is not always obvious. This prompts the question, is the value of architects' work derived from their expertise or the outcome? Looking at architectural services from SDL and GDL perspective, value can be about inherent value and perceived value. These values also shift, which creates a paradox of perceived value of architectural services. In architecture firms, they can provide a service because of the expertise of their staff, and that they have an asymmetry of expertise between them and their client. Simply saying, the architects have more knowledge than the client, and the asymmetry prevents clients from achieving the built outcome without an architect. For clients, this asymmetry appears to be diminishing because of the abundance of information available on the internet, such as blogs about do-it-yourself renovations, drawings and documents readily available for purchase, and in-depth videos showing how buildings are constructed. This creates a shift in the client's perceived value. Furthermore, in the past, value is first perceived when clients meet architects in their office to discuss the project. But now, value is first perceived when clients check the architect's website. This shift gives rise to the paradox of perceived value, whereby knowledge and skills are the architect's value, but it's not always obvious in the delivery of architectural services. So, how can architecture firms show their value and differentiate themselves from competitors? I will now describe 4 examples, UN Studio and Here Studio, which are architectural firms, and WeWork and Landlease, which are in the business of built spaces. For UN Studio, they have a knowledge platform, which showcases their thinking on their website. This platform not only showcases case studies of their build projects, but also research undertaken in the firm, podcasts to disseminate their findings, and even offering consultancy services to apply their knowledge into non-architectural projects. These activities demonstrate their knowledge and skills as their value. Here Studio, on the other hand, offers participatory design sessions, such as the design for Ballarat Civic Hall, which involved the community in the design process to develop design concepts for their building. This activity clearly captures the client's input into the design. WeWork builds co-working spaces to lease to their clients. What is interesting is that they view space as a service. This meant that they continuously improved their customer service by surveying their clients and upgrading their offices over time. For example, surveys on their spaces in China revealed that clients prefer spacious lounge areas, while those in Australia revealed that clients preferred more informal lounge areas. Such activities showcase how they capture clients' input and also how they apply their preferences into the design of future offices. On a larger scale, Landlease, a property company, views buildings as a service. What they offer to their clients is a digital twin, which is the digital model of the built outcome to help clients manage and maintain their building digitally. By using sensors to capture real-life data, such as thermal and movement, the digital model shows the client how the building is performing throughout the day. By offering this digital twin service to complement the actual building, they show how the building captures data and reports it back to the clients to inform future changes within the building. So how can service design help architects demonstrate their value to the clients better? From these examples, the first opportunity is to help architects pitch their value proposition more effectively. The second opportunity is to help architects articulate their knowledge and skills more clearly to their clients. Thank you for listening to this presentation. Any comments and feedbacks to improve this research is greatly appreciated.